Hey, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakakodash, a double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone. Salutations to 𝚂𝚘𝚗 that's out there doing the work in truth and in sincerity. Sign Yahweh with the beloved truth. And today's lesson, something quick, something short, something that was on my mind because, our people are okay with the current state of the world. They're comfortable, they're complacent, they're okay with the evils that be done in the earth as long as it doesn't affect them physically. Okay? And our people lean upon this so-called white man and his establishment and all the words that he says and all the rules that he regulates. They stay upon that, meaning they lean upon everything that they say as is truth or something like that. And we know we live in a society and we're supposed to be law-abiding citizens, right? And this ain't to call to those to rebellion, but we are rebelling against the establishment because the establishment is created to destroy us. This world is created to destroy us, literally. Okay, and so that's why there's a calling for us to what? Choose life or to choose death. And to choose death is to choose the current establishment, the current rulership, because this place is a sinking ship, all right? And if a lot of our people are gonna, stay on that sinking ship rather than jump on those lifeboats to rescue themselves, all right? And I'm speaking towards people's what they trust in, man. They trust in, plantation Christianity. They trust in Islam, which that ain't nothing but Freemasonry. Okay, when you go deep into it, the Shriners and all of that is nothing that's tied to this system. All right, they want you to be pacified. They don't want you to wake up. Okay, all right. And here it is, man. We're trying to find life, but this country, this world, this establishment under the auspices of the so-called white man, the devil, who is Esau, Edom, according to the Bible, they want to kill us. All right, that's why they allow the hip hop stuff to to reign so popular in the world and be propagated on the level that it is. I was just listening to a guy, Red Pill. He part of that black conscious community, but what he said, he made a good point. Esau, they born into this world, and they listen to Metallica, all this metal music, and they want to commit suicide. But the establishment, their world is encouraging them to live, And then but they, they commit suicide. They want to die, But when we are born into this earth, they want to encourage us to die. That's why they that's why they allow the music to be propagated on such a level, where it's just super popular, and it's okay. It's okay for the establishment to allow this, bang, 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 shoot 'em up, kill them, pull up with the stick and all this other crap, and why? Because they want us to die. Okay, they want us to die, and all we want to do is live. And that was a good point that he made, which it was true. But it goes back to this, and I only had two precepts. Some others came to mind, but I'm gonna just deal with these two, and I'm gonna go into some words. And Lord willing, this is edifying because this is the prophecy. All right, this is the prophecy. This was said aforetime. Okay, that we were gonna turn back to the Lord. We've been through a lot as a nation of people on this planet Earth, and it's important that we understand our history and who we are. Because if we don't know where we're going. Okay. And but like I said, most of our people lean upon this understanding, lean upon Esau's understanding. All right, which he's cruel to the ways of the Most High. He's cruel to the life that's given through the wisdom of the scriptures. They twist everything they possibly can. They don't follow none of the guidelines that are set before them. But I'll continue. It says, and it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant, all right, remnant meaning the small, sha'ar, all right, sha'ar, sha'ar, all right, a remnant. Okay, so a remnant is just a small lump, all right, a small lump. Okay, it says, and such as are escaped of the house of Jacob, all right, shall no more again stay upon him that smote them. And how are those that are escaped from the house of Jacob? Those that are escaped from the constraints, the mental constraints, or the spiritual constraints that Esau has on us. All right, we have broken the broken the burst of bonds, and broken the yoke, because Esau has a yoke too. All right, Yahweh Shai has a yoke, which is this truth. All right, understanding who we are through the scriptures. All right, because the Lord knows who we are. He created us. All right. All right. The scriptures say we are a peculiar people unto Him. All right, meaning holy. Meaning separate from other nations. We don't tick like other nations. All right. So it's like I don't want to lose my point. And such as our escape of the house of Jacob. All right. So we're escaped because we have broken the bonds, or will burst the bonds and broken that yoke. All right, which is the mental constraints, the culture creationalism that Esau has created for us in this pseudo environment that we live on, in this fake ass environment that we live in, which is all generated. All social classes are generated. Poverty is generated. All right, especially for us Jakes, our so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, so-called, because we're Israelites, Yasha Allah, Ibariyah, which means Hebrew Israelites, and that's what we subscribe to. Okay, that's what we subscribe to. All right, so Salakia, and we seek ways that's not of this world, that's not popular with this world. We seek the ways that of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, the order that He has set up. All right. Okay, and that's what it's saying here. All right, shall no more again stay upon him that smote them. All right, because Esau, Edom, they smote us. Okay, they forwarded our affliction. They made things worse for us. We drunk the cup of the Lord. All right, that's why we went into slavery. The scriptures talk about drinking that whole cup, even the dregs. The scriptures say that we have drunk that. Okay, I think it's somewhere in Isaiah too. So us as a nation, we've been afflicted for our past transgressions. All right. And we suffered that. Okay, we paid we gave our just due. Okay, but Esau has came and they have afflicted us with their establishment. With their racial, institutionalized racism, with their prejudice, with their, with their perpetual hatred. It says, shall no more again stay upon him that smote them. All right, because our people still go to Esau for everything. Of course, that's part of our curses. We have to go to the heathen for all want of all things. But the Lord has given us the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding that we can become self-sustainable. All right, in a falling society, this society is circling the drain. All right, CTD, which is a phrase coined by not Louis C.K. Carl. It's a comedian. I think he's a Jake, but he looks like a so-called white man. But the elders use this term all the time because it's the truth. It's circling the drain. This society is circling the drain, and it's likened unto a sinking ship. And this truth is likened unto lifeboats. Okay, and the main part of this is faith and believing, which is the hardest part for our people, because our people are stiff-necked. They're stubborn. All right, shall no more again stay upon him that smote them, but shall stay upon the Lord, the Holy One of Israel, in truth. All right, and so let's go into the word stay. All right, okay, because a lot of our people, they subscribe or ascribe to what the so-called white man says, and they believe it to be true. All of his words, all of his standards, his way of living, they think that is the way of living. And we're here to tell you that it was never the way of living. Esau through pride, defied and turned away from the Lord a long time ago. All right. And they never sought out any good. Okay. And so you follow the so-called white man, the scriptures say, though hand be joined in hand, the wicked shall not go unpunished. So our people can continue to join hands with the structure, these Edomites who want to live in this structure, because they'll never turn from it. It's innate. It's innate. They'll continue to do what they're doing. They'll continue to defy the Lord. They'll continue through pride, turn away from the Lord. That's what they've been doing since their inception. All right. That's why they want this whole utopia, this new world order, this transhumanism, this the Internet of Things, everybody being connected. That goes back to the Tower of Babel, you know. And it just, man, just it's blatant signs, man. But the Hebrew word for stay, which is sha'ain, to lean on, trust in, support. And that's why we have a lot of people, a lot of our leaders, which they ain't no leaders of ours, because they really, pretty much are, Esau used the term, treasonaries, I guess you can say, for lack of better words. All right. A lot of our people go to politics and they lean upon politics and they vote and they believe in this system is going to propel them and make them prosperous. But the system was made to fail. Democracy wasn't even made to last longer than 50 years. And look what it has done. OK, look what the free enterprise has done. It created a whole snowball effect of civil unrest, civil tension between these different races, which shouldn't be together. We shouldn't even be living around each other. We shouldn't be integrated, and people will get upset by you saying that. But look what integration has done. All right, when you look at the full spectrum for what it truly is, and we're not just talking about ideals, because all day long these politicians talk about ideals and the philosophy and this stuff and what they can do, but they never do what the hell they say, man. And that's why these people are going to turn on their own leaders, their own politicians here in America, because they've been sold a hunk of crap, all right, and they've been eating it. They've been spoon-fed this since birth, and when the government fails them, then they're not going to be able to have nothing to fall back on, because they lean so hard upon and was so dependent upon this government. When the Lord has given us the opportunity to self-sustain ourselves and not think with the mentality of that which was created in America, it's a reason why the Lord set the family structure up the way it was. It's a reason why a man is supposed to have more than one woman. It's a reason why the women are supposed to get along and stop being envious toward one another, all right, and stop hating each other and being jealous over the most carnal things. It's a reason why the Lord, set the man at the head of the household. All right, the list goes on, man. The list goes on. But Esau, through his damnness, they're trying to, once again, defy these natural laws. But people won't get it until it's too late. All right, and they're going to wish that they hadn't thought the way they thought. But it is what it is. It says, lean upon, support oneself of trust in God, you see? And so they trust in the system like they would trust in the Most High. But a small remnant, a small portion, the elect, what? It says, verse 21, the remnant shall return, even the remnant of Jacob. So it's a small portion of these Israelites that's going to turn back unto the mighty power. For though thy people Israel be as the sand of the sea, yet a remnant of them shall return. The consumption decree shall overflow with righteousness. So the Lord is bringing forth our righteousness, all right? And we're going to do the things that the Lord has, the word determined. That's the word I'm going to use. We're going to do the things that the Lord has determined, and righteousness shall flow, because, yeah, people look at us like we're crazy. People look at us like, we're nothing because of, mind you, we're living in hell. Okay. And so we don't have, all we have is the Lord. all right, especially in these times. And that's the only thing that's going to save you is the faith, because that's one of the biggest things that our people lack. And that's one of the biggest things that the Most High is going to test us on. All right. Isaiah 48:1. Hear ye this, O house of Jacob, which are called by the name of Israel, or Yasha Allah. All right, meaning Prince with God. All right. It says, and are come forth out of the waters of Judah, which swear by the name of the Lord, Yahweh, and make mention of the God of Israel, the power of Israel, but not in truth, nor in righteousness. Because our people, they make mention of the Lord, but not in truth, nor do they do it in righteousness. Now, there is a process to this. You don't just become an Israelite. You just don't become perfect overnight. There are certain things that you have to go through, like experience. The scriptures talk about experience. A man that hath traveled knoweth much, hath much wisdom because of the traveling. All right, because of his experience. All right. And so for our people, you gotta magically appear. You gotta grab the genie bottle, make 3 wishes, and bam, and that's what you got. You're just perfect, and that ain't how it goes. All right, it says, for they call, and that's why, hey, the Lord, we're a stumbling block, just like 𝚘𝚘 was a stumbling block to those Israelites who were wicked. We're a stumbling block, and the scriptures talk about stumbling block. And if you don't believe it, look up the word stumbling block. All right, because the Lord will do something to cause a stumbling block, to cause your faith to fail, because you not worthy, or at the same time He's trying your worthiness, and that's what He's doing with the nation of Israel. It says, verse 2. For they call themselves of the holy city, and stay themselves upon the Most High of Israel, Yasha Allah. The Lord of hosts is His name. I have declared the former things from the beginning, and they went forth out of my mouth, and I shewed them. I did them suddenly, and they came to pass, because I knew that thou art obstinate. Meaning hardened. All right, and thy neck is an iron sinew, and thy brow brass. All right. So, and this identifies who Israel is. They're a bunch of stiff-necked. They're a bunch of people that are going backwards. They don't listen. They don't care for listening. All right. Because they're obstinate. They're hard. Their hearts are hardened. Their minds are hardened. All right. They're proud. They don't have any faith. Okay. Verse 5, it says, I have even from the beginning declared it to thee. All right. Before it came to pass, I shewed it thee, lest thou shouldest say, mine idol hath done them. All right. Because that's how our people are, man. That's why the Lord had to tell you, look, I'm the one that did all of this. I'm the one that brought all these things to pass. I'm the one that created the heavens and the earth. Me, even I, even the scriptures say, even I, the Lord, Yahweh. All right. Mine idol hath done them. That's what Jake is saying. That's what our people say. And my graven image and my molten image hath commanded them. Thou hast heard, see all this, and will not declare it. I have shewed, 𝚘𝚘 and will not declare it. I have shewed thee new things from this time, even hidden things, and thou didst not know them. They are created now, and not from the beginning, even before the day when thou heardest them not, lest thou shouldest say, behold, I knew them. All right. And for the most part, we ain't know nothing. Okay. All right. Because all that praise, we would have took all that praise from 𝚘𝚘, Yahweh, Yahushua. Yea, thou heardest not. Yea, thou knewest not. Yea, from that time that thine ear was not open, for I knew that thou wouldest deal very treacherously, and was called a transgressor from the womb. For my name's sake will I defer mine anger, all right, for his own name's sake. All right, that's why we not destroyed. And for my praise will I refrain for thee, that I cut thee not off. Okay, for his own praise, because we are like a comely and delicate woman. So the Lord glorifies it. He has glory in us. He loves us very dearly. Okay, the love that we never get to, we don't see that. Okay, and And for the men of Israel, when you see a woman defy you and go off and piss you off, that's exactly how the Lord feels towards us as a whole nation of people. All right, it says, "Behold, I have refined thee, but not with silver. I have chosen thee in the furnace of affliction. For mine own sake, even mine own sake, will I do it. For how should my name be polluted? And I will not give my glory unto another." So the Lord He's gonna refine us by what? Affliction. All right, and He's gonna make us perfect for His name's sake. All right, hearken unto me, O Jacob and Israel, my called. I am He. I am the first. I also am the last. And this is the point. All right. It says, hearken unto me, O Jacob and Israel. All right. That's consists of the whole 12 tribes of Israel, the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, and those that the speckled bird that are likened unto a speckled bird, who are scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, who resonate with this truth, who know through the Spirit that they Israelites. All right. Because it is a lineage thing. It is a DNA thing, I guess, if you would say it. A genealogy thing. I'll say it that way. All right. Hearken unto me, O Jacob and Israel, my called. I am He. I am the first. I also am the last. Mine hand also had laid the foundation of the earth. Then keep this in mind, man. The Lord had laid the foundation of the earth. And guess what? He is the God over Israel. He's the power over Israel. We belong to Him. I always say that we never belong to a westernized civilization. Though through manufacturing consent, they mischievously forced us to consent unto them being rulers over us. All right. And the Lord sees all of that. Okay. But the Lord is going, hey, that's why His judgment is going to come like a fire, man. It's going to come, His indignation, man. It's going to come, and it's going to be bad for those who've mischievously done evils against the nation of Israel. It says, mine hand also hath laid the foundations of the earth, and my right hand hath spanned the heavens. When I call unto them, they stand up together. All ye, assemble yourselves, and hear which among them hath declared these things. The Lord Yahweh hath loved him. He will do His pleasure on Babylon, and His arm shall be on the Chaldeans. All right. Even I, all right. Yea, I have called him, I have brought him, and he shall make his way prosperous. Come ye near, because at one point the Lord had risen up a nation, part of the curses, he risen up a nation against us. All right. And He allowed for certain things to take place, just like He did in America. But the Lord is going to redeem us. It says, come ye near unto me, hear ye this. I have not spoken in secret from the beginning. From the time that it was, there am I. And now the Lord Yahweh, power, and His Spirit has sent me. All right. And said the Lord Yahweh, thy Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel, I am the Lord Yahweh, thy power, which teacheth thee to profit. So the Lord is teaching us to profit through the Spirit, which leadeth thee by the way that thou shouldest go. All right. And so we're being told what to do by what? Listening to the elders, Isaiah 30 and 20, plain as day, Isaiah 30 and 20. All right. The Lord, though He give us the bread of affliction, the water of affliction and the bread of adversity, yet shall thy teachers not be removed in a corner anymore. For you shall hear a word behind thee saying, this is the way. All right. And through the Spirit, we got all of that plus some. Okay. I'm talking about overflowing. All right. It says, I am the Lord Yahweh, and that's why there's no reason. There will be no excuse in that time. All right. I am the Lord Yahweh, thy power, which teacheth thee to profit, which leadeth thee by the way that thou shouldest go. O that thou hadst hearkened to my commandments, then had thy peace been as a river. See, and thy righteousness as the waves of the sea. And all we had to do was what? Follow. And all we have to do now is what? Follow the Spirit. Don't deviate from what the plan is. Don't deviate from the structure. All right. Don't deviate from the foundation of faith. Okay. Thy seed also had been as the sand, and the offspring of thy bowels like the gravel thereof, meaning innumerable, basically. His name should not have been cut off nor destroyed from before me. All right. And then, that's pretty much it, the gist of the lesson. But I'll finish it out. It's like, go ye forth of Babylon, flee ye from the Chaldeans. The Chaldeans, and when you go into Chaldea, which I'll go into real quick, it says, finish reading it. I'll finish reading it, and then I'll go into the word Chaldean, because they dealt in witchcraft. And it's going to say that. It says, go ye forth of Babylon, flee ye from the Chaldeans, which with a voice of singing declare ye, tell this, utter it even to the end of the earth. Say ye, the Lord Yahweh hath redeemed his servant Jacob. All right. And that is the song that we're supposed to be singing when we go out there in the highways and byways. That is the song. It's a wonderful song. It's a vibration that's being pushed. All right. Because everything is spiritual when you're dealing with the Lord. It ain't, of course, it's not an actual song, but in the spiritual, and from a spiritual aspect, it's pushing a vibration. So it is a song in many ways. All right. So let's go into the word Chaldeans, because a lot of people want to deal with this society. And what is it saying? America is likened unto Babylon. In fact, America is the daughter of Babylon. Okay, which Esau is the daughter of Babylon, but this is their establishment, right? So it goes hand in hand. All right. Let me see. Those considered the wisest in the land. The Hebrew word is 𝚂𝚘𝚗. Salakim. Yeah, I can only say it. I can't say it all at once. 𝚂𝚘𝚗. Yumma. Yumha. Salakim. All right, Chaldea, clod breakers. You see, clod breakers. As a clod is like when you break up the ground to sow seed. All right, so let me see. Descendant of Cancer, astrologer. Also in astrologer, see when you go here, astrologer as a proverbial of that people, Chaldeans. So they was into astrology. In other words, they was into witchcraft. Okay, just like America's into witchcraft, heavy. All right. And when you look up the city of Mesopotamia as the Chaldeans being said to enter Palestine in their eruptions from the north. Let me see. Look at it. It said further as the second paragraph. Well, the second half under this Arabic writing. It says further as it to the ancient abodes of the Chaldeans, which appear to have been in Assyria, and on the mode of reconciling the accounts of sacred and profane writers, see what I have stated more at large in comment, Isaiah 23:13. Arguments do not appear to be in. So basically, astrologers. Here we go. Damn, it's all the way at the bottom. It says astrologers, magians, or magic, like probably coming from the word magistrate, magician. All right. It says astrologers, magians, Daniel 2:2, as in profane writers. Oh, I think when you go into Daniel 2:2, it tell you that they were. I'm not sure, but yeah. So let's finish it out. Then, do your own look it up yourself. Those astrologers of that time, they used witchcraft. And that's what America was basically established off of. The founding fathers were Shriners. They were at the highest level of Freemasonry. And that's what they established this country off of. And that's why when you look at TV, it's always commercialism. It's always them trying to basically get you to buy certain things. It's always commercialism itself. When you go into is witchcraft. All right, they're hypnotizing people's minds through commercialism. Okay, and that's big in Babylon. Also, a lot of things, man, that they do on the left hand side. They push vibrations on a wicked level. But Salakia, all right, it says, verse 21, and they thirsted not when they led them through the deserts. He caused the waters to flow out of the rock for them. And that was during the time of Moses. Moses smote the rock and water gushed out. All right. It says he clave the rock also and the waters gushed out. Okay. It said there's no peace, said the Lord Yahweh unto the wicked. And so he's reminding you, all right, look what I've done for you. Look at the miracles that's written down in these scriptures, because it's gonna be done again, but on a grander scale. All right. It's gonna be done again, but it's only on a grander scale. Okay. All right. Jeremiah 16:14. I'm gonna leave off here. It says, therefore, behold, the days come, said the Lord, that it shall no more be said, the Lord liveth, Yahweh liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt, martyrarium, all right, which means bondage. Okay. It says, but the Lord Yahweh liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north. Which what? That's not talking about old Babylon, okay? Because the nation was split, all right? This talking about the new Babylon, the daughter of Babylon, okay? That's why the scriptures refer to Esau as the daughter of Babylon, okay? And that north ultimately was talking about Babylon, but this north that is explaining now is North America, okay? It says, and from all, once again, it's all based off of faith, all right? It says, and from all the lands whither he had driven them, and I will bring them again into their land that I gave unto their fathers. All right. Behold, I will send for many fishers, saith the Lord Yahweh. They shall fish them. All right. That's the elect men. That's the men gathering the rest of the elect men. All right. To bidding them to the marriage. So what? So they can be married unto Yahweh Shai. All right. It says, and they shall fish them, and after will I send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain and from every hill and out of the holes of the rocks, all right? Because the Lord is going to give us power. And the scriptures say, Daniel 7, and I think it's the 18th verse, it says, we shall take the kingdom, all right? We shall take the kingdom, okay? And with that, I'm going to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakodash. Lord willing, this was edifying. Shalom.